Welcome to Heartwood Turning in the Stable Studios. Good evening. How are we all doing today? Got the tea. So we're all set, ready to go. Let's go over here. Change to that camera. I'll step back a bit. Like a ghost this evening. I'm very pale this evening, guys. Don't know what's going on. But I've got some helpers in tonight. It shouldn't be quite so chaotic tonight. We've got, let me see, how do I do that? There. We've got Joe, our angel who sings. And if you'll notice in the title, it does say hashtag Yorkshire Grit. So there may be singing ahead. We've got Mr. William Kenny.
Hi, everyone.
Who's responsible for the piece of wood that I'm about to use. And we've got Terry from TJ Turning.
Hello, everybody. And when you see when you see the piece of wood, you realise that Brian's only doing half a job today.
I'm not doing half a job. You're right. So Terry's only here to give me abuse. That's his sole purpose in life today.
Usual
give me abuse. William's here to give me a bit of support, and Joe's here to sing. There you go. So.
Oh God.
That's your warning.
Or the other way around.
So,
yes.
You might get Terry to sing tonight.
Once upon a time, there was a tavern.
Get in the background, Terry.
Thank you.
Get in the background, Terry.
I'll be with that.
Jeez,
a face for radio.
So I did say, I'll say in the thumbnail that I was going to show you the piece that I made on Monday night, and I did say I would show you it when I had finished it. So it's finished, and here it is.
And here it comes.
There it is.
Look at that. Glorious.
So that's the said piece, completely finished.
Stunning.
I actually did a little bit more work to it.
Super job.
I had a couple of little tool marks on the edge, so I resanded it. So I actually resanded it all the way around there, where you can see the gold kind of just finishes, and then I recolored it with the black, and added a little bit of gold, and then some blue. What is that blue called? Let me just get out of that. It's called
Midnight blue, was it?
Blue?
No, it's Joe Sonia's iridescent blue. That's what's round the edges of it there now. Lovely. And if you can see a line down here, and a line down that edge, that's where it takes to the bark better than it does to the polished fibres of the wood. So that's
the back of it. Did you finish the back?
I'll come to that in a second, Terry. I mounted it on a little piece of chestnut burr and coloured it blue, just because I could.
Look at that, look.
And there's the back. So the back was hollowed out. If you remember, it was about 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick. So it's about half the size it was now to make it a bit lighter. And there's what the back looks like.
Beautiful.
So I'm kind of impressed with that piece.
I can see your face in that.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of faces in it if you look at it. So let's go to the overhead camera, that one. We'll take that away and hide it somewhere.
A piece to be proud of, mate. A piece to be proud of.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm quite proud of it, to be honest. I'll take this table off. And we'll show you a piece of wood we're going to be working with tonight. This is a piece of wood that William gave me. He actually he turned it wet. And he turned it wet on the 17th of the 7th, 2022. And there's the little bowl.
Look at the
and I'm just going to finish it, or at least.
Don't tell me you're going to colour it black.
And I may be adding some colour. So it's 10 inches across, and it still is 10 inches exactly, William.
Each way.
It didn't move much
at all. I don't
good.
think it's moved at all. And a little 10 is 2 1/4. And height-wise, it's 2 3/4.
Cool.
So we'll try not to lose too much of it. I'm going to stick it on this SC4 chuck because that's the right size. And we'll give it a little bit of a squeeze up. And we'll get to turning. So we'll go turn let's go do this kind of backwards here. We'll go turn the inside first, and then we'll turn it round, vacuum chuck it, and turn the outside.
Just a little spin, see what it's like then. Oh, it's hardly moved at all.
A little bit, not much.
Yes, amazing.
It's hardly moved at all. There's a little bit of a deviation in it, but not very much. So, while I get set up here, somebody can tell me who's in the chat.
Okay, that'll be my job this evening. welcome everybody.
Did you just say,
Good.
Derry?
I said,
Your turn next time, Mr. Bird.
You can do it every time for me, Joe.
No.
Oh, there we go.
Anyway, welcome everybody.
Cool.
And in the chat, we have Gary Glass. We have Paul Kavanagh, Norman Greenwell, Malcolm Douglas. Got you this time, Malcolm. Michelle Ousby. I'm
In a
Michelle.
shell.
Hoyle Hoyton, the Greasby Turner. Clean Spore Braces UK, that's Rob. Ward Wilson. Richard Phelan. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. James Crawford. We have Callum Turn. Robert Broughtwood. Charlie Taylor. The Klondike Craftsman. Hi, Lewis. Paul Finley, Woodturner at Home.
Hey, Paul.
Jane Hurst.
Shane.
Dave Oatey. Wesley Hannah.
There's a whole lot of people appeared.
Jim Matthew. Tony Smith. Pete from Twisted Trees. Hi, Pete.
Peter.
We have Laurie Sobiraj. Mick Stratton. Mark Whittington. Terry Bartlett.
Oh, he's only come because you're going to sing.
Yeah, I know.
That's true.
We've got Mark the Gentleman Woodturner.
Marky.
And that's it at the moment. If I've
That's
missed
it at the
anybody, I
moment.
do
Well done,
apologise.
Joe.
Excellent. Excellent. Thanks very much, everybody, for coming in to watch me destroy a piece of walnut. So I'm going to start with the 3/8 bow gauge, but first I want to just mention a little bit about health and safety. Make sure you follow correct safety procedures when you're in your own workshops, and be safe, guys. So I'm turning with safety goggles on tonight as opposed to a face shield, because I don't think I need a face shield. But let me just double check that. Chuck, just before we go any further. Yeah, let's tighten up. And we'll run the speed up.
Can I just ask a question?
Yes, sure.
When you're saying about safety goggles, are these just the general ones that you actually get at B&Q or?
They're impact resistant goggles. That's what they are.
Ah, right, impact resistant. Okay.
Yeah. They're not just ordinary.
Okay.
Won't stop a bus.
Okay.
Yeah, they won't stop a bus, but they'll stop a stray chip or something going into your eye.
Okay.
That's the whole idea of them, you know. And if you're dealing with odd shaped lumps of timber, a face shield is better, because if you're expecting a big bit to fly off, you want to be covering your whole face rather than just your eyes. I'm just going to run that there and see what that goes.
And we have Wood Wizardry by Colin in as well.
Right, let's get this run back up again. And we'll run it up to about 600 somewhere, 700 maybe. Well, there's 700 revs and it's coping quite well with that. So we'll just tidy up this edge here first. So we get a nice flat edge. You can hear a little bit of banging and thumping there. Well, maybe you can.
Yeah.
But that's
a little bit,
because there's a little bit of a. There is a little bit of a bump just in here, and that's what the tool's bumping off. Right. So how thick do we want this bowl?
Well, you may be able to turn a bit of the outside from the other side as well as the inside, so you get your size right.
Yeah.
So you get your size right, and then just do the final cut in the marking chip.
Aye, when I'm parting off.
Yeah.
It's kind of got a flat bottom on it, so we're going to leave it with a flat bottom. And we may just try and put a little bead on the bottom for a foot, but we'll see how that goes. But I think we'll just do the inside first.
What is the
Well,
wall thickness on
no,
it,
we'll
Brian?
We'll just what do you say, mate?
What is the wall thickness?
The wall thickness currently, I'll tell you just
It must
a
be in
second.
around an inch, is it?
It's yeah, easily an inch. It's maybe a bit more. Maybe a little bit more. It's not. It is exactly an inch. No, it's not. It's just slightly less than an inch, William. It's about 5/8.
Oh, nice and
No,
chunky.
it's not 8. It's about 7/8. 23 mil it is.
You can alter the shape a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't like it so steep in here. It's quite steep. Although I couldn't have a nice little undercut in there and leave the outside the bowl to see the nice. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do a little undercut in there. But I'm just going to do a little tiny cut on this side. And I'll change that camera to there. See, does that work? How's that? You can't see that. Bring that across there.
Roving cam.
Yeah, it's
just take a little slither off of there and then try and turn that and go that way. See how that works.
If you get it nice and round on the outside, then you know what your wall thickness could be. Then
yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll stop that.
Doug Miller's in from Wood Spun Round. Says he's sorry he can't stay. Just dropping in to say hello.
Thanks, Doug. Thanks for popping in. So we'll just do a little pull cut there just to see how we get on. Just to get that wall thickness right. Oops. Steady by it.
That's your bits in.
Well, Glenn.
I'm going to change that again. I'm going to go this way.
Can you turn left-handed, Brian? I'm not sure.
Well, I can.
I
can a little bit. There is a big knot.
You might be able to turn up the end, upwards.
I'll be able to get it from here, thank Terry. You see that there?
Yeah, fine.
Round a fraction. There we go. I'll just get it from here, I think. I'll just make it a little bit steeper. Whoops. Why did that move? So that's me about where I want the bottom to be. Have a look at that. We're not quite all the way down now. Take one more.
Once you get it round, at least you know where you're going to end up then, don't you?
Yep. I just need to take one more cut over here, I hope. I'll just try and feed that in nice and gently. I was a bit concerned this might not be dry enough, but it is absolutely bone dry, I have to say.
Hear that.
We're saying, remember, you're cutting downhill, so there's no support.
And I've got to tell you, this tool is blunt already.
Is it? Wow.
You got another 28 bowl gouges, so don't worry.
Just changed to my half-inch one.
It's really hard, is walnut, isn't it?
It is, Joe, yeah.
Especially when it's really dry.
That is very dry.
Yeah.
Every couple of passes, you need a fresh edge.
I can't believe how hard that is.
Yeah.
I'll just blend that together.
It could be reduced to carbides in a minute if you run out of gouges.
Wow. No, I'll just sharpen them again, Terry. I've got a pro edge. I've got a pro edge, I'll be fine. That's better now. We've got a cut all the way around there now, even though it is a bit. not very nice cut.
At least you know where your true circle is now. For you.
It's that not nice. I'm going to try and do a little shear scrape just on here.
True Glenny did.
Yeah, you're right, Terry. I've now got a circle on the top at least.
Yeah, at least you know now where you want to be.
That's better. So I had little tram lines in there. They're gone now, so that's good. Now, let's go to the inside. Change that to there.
Some beautiful grain in that. I think that was a crotch piece.
There is a stunning bit of what looks like a feather in here.
Mm.
And there's another bit in here that's absolutely gorgeous by wood. But I think I need to sharpen my bow gouge again. I'll do it in a minute.
That's going to jump out at you when it's polished, isn't it?
It is, aye.
Mm.
So we'll just check this for centre. It's about right there. And switch it back on. We're going to leave a little undercut here, I think. So let me just get a nice straight edge there.
Returning by Barry's just joined us, and Dave Oatley says if you colour that, Brian, you're going to need shooting.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And Glyn says, "You mean gritted?" It's going to pop out.
Check.
Are you okay, Barry?
Maybe.
So that's just a slight undercut in that.
Evening, David.
We'll have a look at that and see what that's like.
Michelle says don't colour it. So you're in trouble if you do.
Right, I'm going to the Pro Edge because I need to colour this. No.
Andy from Door 60s in.
Sharpen this. I need to sharpen it.
Good evening, Andy.
So we're off to the Pro Edge.
Mick's asking what angle you've got on your bow gouge, Brian.
Angle 45 degrees.
Okay.
Jennifer.
My bow gouges are all set to 45 degrees.
Hi, Jennifer.
Good evening, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. Are you okay?
Slip on the guide. Set the angle to 45 degrees on the Pro set. Lock that down. Use the first hole, which will be 45 degrees. The second hole will be 50 degrees. The third hole would be 55 degrees. Oh.
It looks really easy to use.
It really is.
It is extremely easy to use.
Yeah.
It's probably the easiest sharpening system on the market. It comes ready, set, out of the box. Don't mess about with it. Just start using it.
Providing you got the jigs to go with it, then it's fine.
This is the bit that causes the angle. This bit here, that comes preset from the factory. So if you don't mess about with it, you'll be fine.
That's good to hear, Jen. Yeah, I'm not too bad either. Thank you.
Back in there, and we'll go back to this camera. No, this camera.
Right.
And see, can we get a better cut for this?
Gary.
I never actually measured how thick this was at the bottom. That would be a good trick, wouldn't it?
No,
Right before you go through it.
Is that a Trizat belt on the Pro Edge?
No, it's a diamond belt.
A diamond belt, yeah.
So we've got about an inch and a bit on the bottom as well. That was well turned, William, I'll have to say.
There you go.
You're no dozer. We'll just take a bit out at the bottom there.
Anthony Green's in. What band is that Sharpening system?
Anthony. The sharpening system's a Pro Edge.
Pro Edge.
Andy.
Yeah.
Anthony.
I'm going to leave that bit in the middle so I know how deep I'm going.
Right.
So just here to get the cut started. Pull the handle back towards myself. And then I'm going to aim upwards. stuck on something. You see what I'm stuck on? Stuck on the handle here.
All right.
Because I want to get my handle down nice and low here, I got stuck on the handle. So I'll have to do that again. Nice little undercut. Bring that round. And once I've passed the lathe bed, I'm going to drop the handle and lift the cutting edge up. And then start to head it back down towards the middle. Oops, fell off the cut. Usually if you fall off the cut like that, it's a symptom of pushing too hard. So don't push, just let the tool do the work. I'm just going to check this quite often just to see where we are. Like that transition there. It's a bit bad. So from there, I just go back out of that cut because I'm starting to take too much, and I'll just take a little bit, take half of that, and run it into the middle. There we go. We just want to keep checking to make sure we're not going too far. Still got a little tiny ridge just here. So a nice light cut this time. Not try to take too much.
Zombie wood turners in. Who's that?
Is that?
And as you get towards the end, if you've got a lump left in the middle, make sure you rotate your hand closed or clockwise so as the bottom wing doesn't catch. Feels a whole lot better up here now. But there's a lot of tear out in the bottom there, so we'll change gouge again.
Jennifer's Crafting Craze says, Brian, could you please show my granddaughter your top with the doggies on?
There you go.
Look at all them doggies.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out?
Brian let the dogs out. So I'm going to use this 60-degree bevel, and it's got a micro bevel at the bottom where I've taken the sharp edge off it, just to try and get rid of this tear out, a little bit of tear out in here. Because the grain is going in all sorts of different directions here, it's actually quite hard to get a smooth cut in there. But we'll do our best.
Woodwork learners in. Good evening, Andy.
Indeed.
Hi, Andy.
So I'm presuming when this was wet, William, this was much easier to turn.
Oh yeah, yeah, very much so.
And I kind of know how much I've got left in the bottom by how much I've got here. And that's about 3/4 of an inch there, I would think. But I'll just check that.
If you're having trouble coming across the bottom arm, you may get a better cut coming inside outwards across the bottom.
Yeah, coming from here, right, Terry?
Yeah, you may well do.
Yeah.
It does happen sometimes with weird wavy woods.
Yeah, with weird grain. I'm just going to take this bit in the middle away now, though, first.
Okay.
And I'll use my 1/2-inch bowl gauge just to get rid of that. I could turn the speed up a little bit too. Maybe that would help a bit. I was turning around 600 there, so anywhere between 600 and 1,000 is good for a bowl. You don't need to be running the bowl at 1,200 revs or 1,500 revs. It's a little bit overkill. Tool rest might just be a fraction high for that. We'll just try it with this and see will that give me a nicer cut. So I've still got a good 10 mil or so in the bottom.
That was a nice cut that time.
That'll be
You
a
could hear
much
that.
better cut, and that's much
Much
smoother now
better.
in the bottom. We've got a little ripple in here, but I'm going to use a shear scrape there, or shear cut there, and I'm just going to take that little bit out there and
Yeah, you
see.
can hear it bouncing there, can you?
Can I? It's almost like a little spiral in there. So rather than try and take another cut, we'll just shear scrape it. So basically all I've done is I've closed the face, and the bottom wing's just touching, and the top wing is about 1 millimetre away. So it's just scraping and that I think has made a huge difference. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Glyn was mentioning just before you did that last cut, sounds like it's moving, Brian.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's actually moving. I think we did have a whole lot of bad, well, not bad grain, but awkward grain, if you like.
Beautiful
And
grain,
here
that's
there's
what's causing
still a
it.
bit,
I think
Yeah.
still a bit
you have
awkward
hard
in
grain
here
on
as
one
well.
side too, which is
It is, yeah.
it's going to chatter the tool a little bit as well.
Yep. All of those things are happening. So I've got a nice little groove in this rim, which I like. There's a little bit of tear out there, but I think we can manage to get that with sanding. I think I like the shape of that now, and that'll do.
I'm going to have to keep you out of my shed.
No, William.
Oh, is that
no.
William?
I said I'm going to have to keep him out of my shed.
No,
yeah,
William,
keep
that's
out,
not the
yeah.
answer.
Big
William,
stuff like
that's
that,
not-
that, blimey.
Can I just ask, you said you had like a bit of tear out, like you thought you'd get it sanded. If it's a bit more severe, how would you tackle it? Would you just do another cut to try and get rid of that tear out? Yeah.
If you've got bad tear out, if it's quite deep, see, there's a little bit. I don't know if you can actually see that there, but there is a little bit of tear out there, but it's not too deep. It's maybe only, it's not even 1/16 of an inch deep. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to take that out without cutting it again.
Yeah.
So we'll give it a go, and if it doesn't, we'll come back and cut it again.
You might be able to use a negative rate scraper for it. Just a big one, nice heavy one.
I have a feeling that negative rates. Well, we'll give it a go just to see.
Oh, Fred.
Just to test it. See.
Try one pass with the sander maybe first.
Just in
Michelle
case
says,
it's
William, I'm sending him down tomorrow.
Mickey.
Fred Gilliver's in. Good evening, Fred.
You're not listening.
So we'll use the 80 grit bowl gouge just to see if you can get rid of that tear.
80 grit bowl gouge. Or 40 grit bowl gouge.
No, I've never had to resort to 40 grit, Terry.
No. I must admit, neither have I. I threw a whole roll away the other day, a 40 grit. I had a whole roll given to me about 20 years ago. Never used it. Moved out and threw it away.
Don't get me wrong, guys. If I felt that I needed to use 40 grit sandpaper to get rid of tear out,
exactly,
and I wasn't doing it with a tool, I would soon use 40 grit. Don't be ashamed of using sandpaper as a cutting tool, because that's what it's for.
Yeah.
So that's the bit where the bad tear out was, or the worst bit of the tear out. And it's almost gone. So William is right, use the sandpaper.
Rob's saying he's got some spare P24.
So we'll just give that a little extra and run it up into the undercut and try not to come right over the edge, so as we don't lose this nice crisp edge that we've got there.
Rob from Kingsford says he got some spare P24. Great. If all else fails.
Well, I don't really want to tell you. I don't want to tell Rob what I'm using, but it's what I've got, so I'll have to use it.
Yeah.
That's not bad now.
Colin's liking the sander.
So I'm just going to have a look with my little NCI inspection torch just to see.
Benjamin's
Right,
in.
there are no tool marks
Hello,
left on
Ben.
there, guys. So we've
And
got
that's the
lots of
first grit done
sanding
its
marks.
job.
But the idea then is we've got, that was 80 grit, so we go to 80 to 120.
Okay, slow your speed down a bit.
I'm only going at 700. Well, no, I'm a wee bit. Let's turn the speed down to 700. And the reason I'm using a power sander as opposed to the inertia sander is because it works better in the middle of the bowl.
This is your 3-minute warning, people. Joe's likely to be singing when he gets to 240.
Thanks, Terry.
That's
I
okay.
need to do that little
I just
edge
not give you the heads up.
because I didn't do the I didn't do the edge with 80 grit because it didn't need it. Now I've just felt that edge there, and it's actually razor sharp. That. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this 80 grit pad and just roll it over there, just to take the sharp edge of it, and just in case I cut myself. I don't want to be cutting myself in the edge of a bowl.
No.
But I'm going to try and leave this edge nice and sharp. So a little bit more sanding there.
Do you find that drill doesn't overrun so much now you turn it down a bit?
Oh, yeah, exactly, Terry. If you're running a bit over 700 revs, you'll find that this thing will overrun and it'll start to click on the clutch. That's good.
Wood
Happy with
Wizardry
that.
with Colin wants to know what make a sander it is. Well,
It's
do
a
you mean
Ryobi.
the Ryobi right angle drill?
Ryobi angle poised or right angle drill, and I bought it not that long ago, and I paid 60 something pounds for it. It was on a Black Friday sale.
Part of the Ryobi system.
Yep, Ryobi 1 system.
Jason Leveren's
Jason.
joined us.
Good, Jason.
And
Hey,
I'll show
Jason.
you in a moment why I bought this.
Chris from Bailey Woodworks has also joined us.
Good evening, Chris. And Wesley Anna's got to run. He says we'll catch
Oh,
the
hi,
rest
Wesley.
later. Bye, Wesley.
Douglas Mungham's in.
Hi, Douglas.
Hi, Douglas.
Good evening, Douglas.
Oops. I fell in the hole that time.
Head first.
Head first is right.
Gary Glass is asking, was it $12.99, Brian?
No, unfortunately, it was £69 something.
But Michelle knows all about that.
Nice
That's
try,
well worth it.
though.
She don't
I
mind.
can't bluff Michelle because it's a joint bank account, so and she has access. So what do? You just tell the truth.
Oh dear.
Shame the devil. So this is
Set-
240 grit.
I'd
1
set
minute
up an
warning, people.
individual bank
And
account.
the job of the job of 240 grit is just to remove the sanding marks from the 180 grit. That's all its job is. If you're having to work too hard with your 240 grit, you'd be best to go back a grit or two. It should only take minutes. So spend a bit more time on your lower grits than the higher grit.
Pete Twisted Trees is asking me a question. He says, Terry, did Joe pinch my Jacob's chuck with a 10mm bit in it? Used it half an hour ago and now it's gone. She may well have done, Pete.
Hey,
I should
I don't
just
pinch
check
things.
on that.
Ooh, look
Only
at that.
I'm
Glenn's
just
mum.
gonna
Copper
clean the
L
grain
has
out.
just joined us. Good old Rob.
That.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, look
Look
at
at
that magic.
Just to clean the grain out a little bit.
Just, yeah. double check.
I'll give you a bit of a preview of what it's going to be like. Switch off the extractor. Oh, not there. Down here. I put a remote switch on my extractor the other day, so as I didn't have to reach over there. And I keep forgetting.
Off to check the bank statement, she says.
Yeah. She didn't complain. I just sent £500 to her account.
Oh, I mean, go careful.
So, sanding sealer. Let's use wipe on
Andrew
sanding sealer.
Andrew from AGK Woodworks is in. Good evening.
Andy.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
So this sanding sealer is just Hampshire Sheen's sanding sealer, pre-thinned. But I just decant it into a bottle. I'm kind of just waiting for that to flash off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A wee bit too much methylated spirits in there. I'll not do a Jimmy Clues and set fire to it. Nice shaving
Just
stuff.
in case, yeah.
Yeah, just in case, right. Come on, hurry up. This is a bit dry, William, because that's soaked away into it. Yeah.
Might have to do 2 coats of that.
I think I will,
Glenn Teagle of UK Woodcraft and Carbide Chisels is in.
Hi, Glenn.
Hello, Glenn.
All right, Glenn.
Welcome aboard, buddy. We're doing a walnut bowl, as you can see.
And a beautiful one at that.
A beautiful walnut bowl.
It's a beautiful piece of walnut.
Ben's in.
Do a bit of justice. Hi, Ben. So we've got a little split there, but it's a knot, and I'll show you in the overhead there. So just here, there's a tiny little split, but it's where there's been a knot. That will actually fall out of there, I think, from the outside.
Character.
But I'm not going to fix it with super glue or anything. I'm just going to leave it where it is. If it falls out, it falls out.
It's drinking up the sealer anyway, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it certainly is.
It isn't half.
Maybe you shouldn't dry them so long, William.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't dried that awfully long. There's still a bit.
4.5 months, isn't it?
Something funny going on in here. There must have been a bit of soft grain or something in there because it feels a little bit not 100% smooth in there. But it's smooth.
Maybe that grain's lifting with the sealer.
Possibly.
It's end grain there, so it will rise. Yeah.
It'll be rising up with the sealer on it.
It's not that. It's kind of. It's almost like it's got little tiny ripples in it. But it's nice and smooth. I mean, it's cut well enough, but it's a bit strange. But anyway.
Barry Chitty's in. Good evening, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
So just take a handful of those little shavings there. I'll just denib that a wee bit.
Well, don't cut your hand.
You can actually hear that bumping on that. You hear that?
Mm.
Yeah.
It's actually bumping on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look at that. So next, my favourite ingredient.
Oh, right, people. 30-second warning.
Sort you out, Bray.
So just so there's no conflict of interest,
Bod's in.
I'm sponsored by Easy Wood Tools for Yorkshire Grit. It's still the original Yorkshire Grit that it was in the beginning with, because Glenn went across there and showed them how to make it.
Exactly.
So I'm not changing because I know this works. And the price, if you work out the price point between the other grit, the true grit, and this, it works out to be a few pence dearer. So I'm sticking with it for now. So just give it a nice light coat with the lace stationery. Turn the lace down to somewhere around 500 or below if you can manage it. Somewhere between 300 and 500. Some lace can't go that slow, but 500 is adequate. So that's 400. And now we just let the grit do its work.
Hands
See how
that
that's
feel
bumping
pretty
now?
can
Oh,
be
God.
soft as your face, with light brown Yorkshire gritty.
That's the very stuff, Joe.
The very stuff. Brian, just a thought. Because that grain's so lovely and tight, it might be worth putting on a coat of the superfine grit.
Well, we'll see how it looks when I've done this.
Mm.
It may be.
Come on, like a mirror finish then. Just a thought, don't have to.
It's not tight everywhere, though, Terry. It's only tight in places.
Right. Okay.
There are some open bits, but we'll have a look and see.
Zombie Word
Cling
Turner
swab.
says his speakers has just started smoking and the fire alarm went off.
Oh, thank you.
Zed.
Sorry, Joe.
Rob is saying
done, Zed.
the only official outlet for YG is Amazon. It's DJ Evans, isn't it, as well?
DJ Evans and Amazon.
Yeah,
That's
as well.
currently is the case. Yes, that is the case.
Mick Stratton says he only came in to hear Joe sing. Creep.
Hi, Mike.
And Douglas says, Todd, I'm trying to butter Joe up. What are you trying to butter me up for? I have to ask.
Yeah, what's this ulterior motive then, Douglas? What you got going on, Douglas?
Well, here's a creep, though. Is there, Douglas?
Joe, that would be telling. Ah.
So now I can start to feel the grit getting less gritty under my fingers, which means it's working. It's breaking itself down into finer and finer particles, which brings it up to 1,000 grit.
Yeah. Glenn Teagle of UK Woodcraft says, beautiful grain on that, Brian. I just made a lovely tool handle out of a piece of Thurabur.
Lovely.
I haven't turned Thurabur before.
And neither have I. What does it look like?
I say, what does it look like?
Ah.
Look like that.
What's this?
Oh, I know I can't sing. I'll just try.
DJ Evans is a clean sport distributor as well. There you go, guys.
Yeah.
And he will soon be stocking Pro Edge belts.
Cool.
And all wood turning adhesives. Very good. Well done, Rob. You're making inroads there, mate. Good.
Zed has also said that he's sorry, Joe. And if being honest, your singing is way better than Brian's usual music choices.
Oi, oi. Zed. You be careful there, boy. Right, so I'm going to use a clean piece of cloth now, and I'm going to turn the speed up to around 800 to 1,000 and just buff that off. And what that does is just heats up the wax and helps us to seal into the grain. And it starts to produce a shine, but it ain't a finish. It's too soft to be a finish. It will wear off in no time at all.
Mick Stratton says that Mike Nash sells lovely Thurabur.
Mike Nash.
Answers on a postcard, Mick. You can tell me later where to get that.
Yep.
Mike Nash is.
I'd say it sounds expensive.
It does.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, anything with burr after it sounds expensive.
It does.
Especially if you go to the carpentry store, not right, William?
Yeah, for sure.
Although Mick Stratton's tight as the crab's backside, so if he's bought some from him, it won't be that expensive.
Just tight as a crab's backside.
Watertight.
Well, that's as good as a duck's ass, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's bad. That's bad, Terry. You shouldn't be abusing poor Mick like that. He doesn't deserve
I was
it.
going to say I shouldn't be abusing the crab.
Poor Mick doesn't need that. So I've just turned that up a little bit more, just for the last few seconds. Oh, we've got a little wobble on the lathe there. Turn it back down again. We're still getting little bits off. Of course, you've got to watch because this is a really dark brown wood as well.
Brian Green's joined us from Greenhaven
Brian.
Creations, as is Stephen from the Wood Dude. Even
Hi,
both.
Stephen.
Hi, Brian. Hi,
Nice
Stephen.
little jug today, Stephen. I like that, I have to say.
I love the jug.
By the handle.
How did you do the handle? Did you steam it or what?
No, he carved it. I asked the question on his Facebook page.
Evening Kev K9.
He said he's tried to steam it a couple of times, but the angle was too tight, too severe.
Yeah. What was the wood, Stephen?
Right, let's have a look at that. Yeah, it's not bad.
Looking good.
That looks very good.
I'm happy with that.
What about microphone? Do you want to put that on or not?
I think I might. We'll give it a try, Terry.
Just give it, being Walnut, you give it mirror finish on it. It's an hard wood.
We'll add some Yorkshire microphone.
There's no song for this, mind. There's no song for this.
No, there's no song for this. But you can sing again, Joe, if you want.
That's the same
Unless
song.
she says light white Yorkshire grey, not light brown.
With white Yorkshire gritty. Oh, bright. You could say bright white Yorkshire grey.
Bright white Yorkshire gritty. You ready, Joe?
Okay.
Squeeze your cheeks together when you get the eye spots.
Talking about eye spots.
You haven't started the lathe yet. You wait.
I'm waiting.
Hurry, Bartlett, eat your heart out. And you mixed around.
This one's just for Terry. You can take it.
Hands that feel pity can be soft as your face with bright white. There we
go.
She did it. New song.
Perfect. New song. There's something going on down here, and I can't figure that out. Why that's done that?
You have a look at it a minute. It might be just a bit of soft green.
I think it is a bit of soft green, Terry. When I was sanding it, has just disappeared. So same process. Just give it 3 or 4 minutes just to work the grit in.
Thank you, Stephen. He says maple. It was maple, the jug. That's good. Okay. Lovely maple. Lovely to turn.
Yeah, maple is.
Benjamin says he often wonders what this hobby will be like in 20 years. And all the nice timbers will probably be very expensive and hard to source.
Yeah.
True. I won't probably be around in 20 years.
Stock up now while you've got the chance, yeah.
We'll all be going down to Williams. We'll all move to Ireland.
If you think wood's expensive now,
yeah,
just wait for 20 years time. So if you think you're going to be in 20 years time, buy some now. It will only be cheap. It will only be expensive on the first day. A wise man once told me that about my house. He says, "Yeah, just buy it because it's only expensive on the first day.
After that, doesn't matter.
After that, doesn't matter. You've got it. Just go for it."
Like if you buy a boat, there's 2 times that you love a boat. First day you get it. The first day you sell it. Because between the 2, you stand in a shower, ripping up £20 notes. Trust me, I've had a boat. I got about 3 or 4 of them, and you just rip up £20 notes.
You do. It's a bit like wood turning, Terry.
It is. I changed for a cheaper hobby. Phew.
I just turn the speed up a little bit.
Hey, Shane Hurst, what are you saying? Evening, Roy's a boy.
Hey, Roy.
Hi, Roy.
How are you doing, Roy?
You got 74 people watching, Brian.
74? My goodness. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate that. Appreciate every last one of you coming in and spending a little bit of time with me on a Monday night and a Thursday night. And my esteemed earworms, earworms.
Actually, that's not correct. Most of them have come in to see what William produced. You're just finishing it off.
I'm just finishing it off, yeah. I'm just doing the donkey work then. Is that what you're telling me? Doing the sanding bit.
Yeah. Douglas Mungan just did it on the end. He said, "Terry, do you know what BOAT stands for? Bring out another 1,000. Dead right, actually. Dead right.
A little bit more speed. You can see there the abrasive is still raising taking the grain and on the cloth there.
Yeah, get a bit of stain on it. Oh, Rob of Kingsford wonders if you were to make a resin bowl the same size as that,
Yep.
would it be very much more expensive?
A resin bowl, I don't know. Yeah,
Turning
probably
Time
not.
Creation has just joined us. Hello, Turning Times.
Hello.
What name have you
Who's
got
that?
then? Don't know. Turning Time Creations. He or she might tell us his name,
Oh, I
her
don't know
name.
who that is. That's a new name. Welcome along.
New
Yeah,
name
Rob,
for me as well.
I would think a resin bowl that size would be very, very expensive. Although,
Yeah.
Well, I honestly don't know because
you know what the price
I
you
know
pay for the
resin's
walnut.
expensive. Well, I
You
didn't
know,
pay for the walnut because William
now a piece of
donated
walnut like that
to the
would
channel.
probably be about, I don't know, £50,
50
I should
quid.
think, wouldn't it? 45, 50. I would imagine around that.
Dr. Bob says it would be great if Yorkshire Grit was sold on North American Amazon. It is, Dr. Bob.
It's there. Bob is
It
there.
is.
It's on Amazon. But definitely in this country, I'm pretty sure it's in that country, your country as well.
It's Dr. Bob in America.
Yeah,
Dr.
Texas.
Bob's in Canada, isn't he? Is he in
Ca-
Texas? Dr.
There-
Bob?
No,
Washington,
no, not
D.C.
Texas.
somewhere.
He's up near the other side of the river from Ruby, but is in America. Wisconsin, is it?
See, there's Zed
No.
again. Look, see, Zed's just said I can get walnut like that around here for free. Just wait for the tree
Yeah.
trimmers to come round.
Okay.
And Pete's comment's quite good too. I like Pete's comment.
Yeah.
A resin bowl that size will just cost a fortune in cleanup.
Yeah, word.
Yeah. And the wood dude says, say no to resin.
Oh, well, that's, yeah.
Oh, Turning Time Creation says, I make custom motorcycle grips.
Well,
All
get
right.
on.
Very
Ward
good.
says it's Detroit.
Oh, that's
Ward's
right. That's
in
where he
Detroit.
is. Just, Dr.
Bob's
Bob's
in
just
Detroit.
across. Dr. Bob just across the water from Ruby, is he not?
Is
Is
it?
that
Yeah.
Dr. Bob, is it? Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
You should be able to get it in America, Dr.
Yeah.
Bob. If you can't, let me know, and I'll have a word with Doug for you.
Or just the Yorkshire Git has just said US Amazon sells Yorkshire Grit fulfilled by Amazon.
Does, yeah.
So there you go.
Jennifer's asking how big the walnut bowl is. It was 10 inches, wasn't it, Brian? Originally it started off?
10 inches to begin with, and it's
About 9
9 3/4 now. So we've lost a quarter an inch. I'm going to use my normal finish here, guys, which is Hampshire Sheen high gloss, because this needs to be shiny, I think.
Very. Actually, that's looking shiny as it is. So that's really good.
It is, yeah.
It's
I think it might have been worth putting that microphone on, you know.
I think you're right, Terry.
Hodgepod Woodworks is in.
Although
Good
Hello,
evening,
Robert.
Robert.
Got something going on down
Hey,
here.
Robert.
I don't know. But we'll see what happens. We've got a little bit of whatever in there, but we can fix that. We'll just blow that out with the air gun. That's that little split I showed you earlier.
Yeah. And that back
It's
to me.
just got some residue in it, so we'll just blow that out. before we
Alan
add
Gibbs in. Alan.
Good evening, Alan.
Alan Gibb. Hi, Alan. Right.
It's a piece of walnut, Alan.
So I'm just delaying a second or two just to give that a chance to dry off a little bit. And it's got a bit of solvent in it, so if you leave the solvent to come out just for a second or two, it'll polish up better.
We're turning by Barry. Says he did his first 10-inch bowl today. First time ever. Well done, Barry.
Good man, Barry.
Good on
Yeah.
you, Barry.
What wood did
Well
you
done,
use,
buddy.
Barry?
So let's all go at this. That camera any better for you?
Might be, yeah. I love walnut.
I like eating them.
I like eating walnuts as well.
Yeah, I think they're gorgeous. Tons of them.
Yeah. Can't beat a
So
good
turn the
walnut.
speed away up. And I'm just using very light pressure with my fingertips, or the pads of my fingers, this bit. Oh, not there. There would be better.
Jennifer
Just
does a lot of
trying to
resin.
right. She does.
So Jennifer, the bowl is 2.5 inches deep, say. Could you make a mold so that you could just pour 1 inch in a bowl shape? That would save it. What do you reckon that would cost in resin, roughly? you know, ballpark figure.
Oh, great. Thanks,
Oh.
Bob.
Bob's just ordered both tins, white and brown, white and black. He's
Yep.
found it.
Well done, Bob.
Well done, Bob.
Good stuff it is too.
Yeah, I think he's a bit gutted though, because he said he's just ordered it, the black can and the white one. He said before that he had an airline pilot used to bring it to him.
Ah.
Oh, Bob, just terrible.
What happened to the airline pilot? That's what I want to know.
Well, he's probably still doing the flights. It's just they don't do it in this country now unless he goes to Amazon.
Hey, our
Roy's
guys.
the boy saying I
Change
have
that
some
back to that
American
camera.
black walnut. Look at
Look at that.
There you
That's
go.
nice.
That's
Just
the
love it.
inside.
There you go.
Looks
That's
I
lovely.
like sycamore
stunning.
as well.
Absolutely.
So now
Brilliant.
we're going to take the chuck off the chuck
This
off the
comes
lathe
to the exciting bit.
and turn it upside down there. And we'll insert this little tool, which is the I like to call it the transfer piece. It's an MT2 taper with an M33 thread on it because that's what my chuck is.
Bearing in mind, Brian, you're probably going to leave a ring around the inside of that because they haven't
I know,
had
but
time
it'll
to dry
polish out
solid,
again.
is it?
It'll
Yeah.
polish out. I've already come across that, so I'll just wind that in a little bit further. Now we'll set up the vacuum chuck. You could do it on a friction plate, I suppose, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I've got a vacuum chuck, so I'm just going to use it. Just need to get the air line across there.
Don't take your lock out of your
If you
spindle.
haven't seen the vacuum chuck setup, let's see, can I show you it? There. Somewhere, I think. There you go. So that's just the feed from the air compressor. And it just goes in there. So that's that set up. And these are the cups. I think this big cup will do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come to that bit in a minute. Take the cup off its chuck buddy, set it over there. And now this is the bit that goes through the tailstock. The headstock even, tailstock. Shut up, Brian.
Bob
So
says his pilot was changed to flights to the Pacific route instead.
No, that's not very good, is it?
No.
So I'll just bring that camera down a fraction for you. There you go.
Don't forget to take your lock out your spindle.
You see both. I didn't
Robert
forget,
is
Terry.
saying-
I'd left it on purpose so you could
Well,
remind
just
me.
in case you are there for that to happen.
Yeah, I know. It makes a terrible noise. The
It
belt's
does.
kind of screwed.
Mixed
And this is just a little.
eye.
This is just a little aluminium thing with a little O-ring on it, just there, tiny little O-ring, which seals this end of the spindle. Is the word I was looking for. So you can thread it up from that end as well, and that should be tight enough. Drop that back a little bit. Go back to the overhead now, and this just threads on here.
In 2018, I went to UKIS and Mick Stratton very kindly gave me a threaded box. And yes, Mick, I have still got it. I would never get rid of it. It was a gift, and it's a beautiful gift.
So now we're going to try and test the vacuum. So it's in the off position now. If I just turn it, get it moving a wee bit, push that over, and the vacuum should come up. And it hasn't come up. Why have I not got a vacuum?
Wind the tailstock in a bit more. Might not be just not touching.
There it goes.
That is correct, Rob.
It's rising now, yeah.
It's going to be a vacuum that holds the ball.
So that's it there. And if I open the chuck now, don't forget to open the chuck before you withdraw it, you'll just pull it back off again. Open the chuck up.
Can't see it.
Overhead. I knew you were going to say that there.
Sorry.
Open the chuck up.
It might jump
So
forward a
3.
millimeter.
And then just pull it out.
Real job.
And we'll undo the, what we're going to do is I'm going to have belt and braces here.
Yeah.
There's my, so I'll just take that off and remove that again. Put it back in its chuck buddy holder and stick that up on its chuck buddy.
Hugh from Wouldn't It Be Nice is in.
Hello,
Hi,
Hugh.
Hugh. Now,
Sorry, Hugh.
I'm
Welcome
going to put
aboard.
my ring center on here. This little ring center into the tailstock. And I'm going to bring that up just for support. If you can use tailstock support at any time during your turning, use it.
Zed says he needs a new toy now.
Who says?
Haven't you got a vacuum truck, Zed? Everybody got one. Haven't you got one, Zed?
That blows miles out.
No, it didn't.
Just turn that. Well, it is down here.
Yeah,
It's
well,
okay
that's
up
the
here.
outside of the bowl, isn't it?
But down there,
That's the bit you haven't turned yet.
Yeah, no. Right, let me just move that camera out
Don't
of the
worry
way again.
us.
Refigure that, just make sure that's in the right place. Nearly there somewhere.
You need a new
Back to
sharpen.
the,
I should sharpen all of them.
that's what I'm going to do, Terry. That's just exactly what I was doing. That's why I moved that over there. So I'm going to get the 3/8 and the 1/2 inch and just sharpen them first quickly. So I think 3/8 was in last, so we'll do that. It was. You see it okay? Yeah.
Yeah, we can see. So which hole does that go in? The bottom one? Right.
The first one.
The first
There's
one.
3 holes,
Yeah.
so it goes in the first one, that's 45 degrees. The
Yeah.
second one will be, I think it's 5 degrees more, or is it 10 degrees?
5
Right.
degrees increments. Yeah.
It's 5 degrees,
Okay.
yeah. So 45, 50, 55 if you wanted to have a 55
Okay,
degree
and
angle.
just a thought. You know, you said that thing was set at factory.
Yes, this
So
bit.
when you, yeah, is there a click system on it that it locks around to different numbers?
If you look on the end, you'll see there's a little arrow there.
Yeah, that's it.
And then there's graduated marks all the way around.
So
and
you
it
could change that
says
to the angles you
0,
want for different ones.
2, 4, 6. Now,
Yeah,
it does tell you
okay.
in the booklet what they are.
So you
But
could like
currently
get a
it's-
60 degree, can you, or
You
more
could,
or whatever?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
you could
checking
change it and make it more acute or
Okay.
less acute.
Yeah.
It's a very versatile piece of kit. And the only other thing that I found that works anywhere nearly as good as this, although I haven't tried a whole lot of systems to be honest, is the Tourmac.
Oh. Ben Green's asking question: Can one use the same vacuum pump for a vacuum chamber and vacuum chuck? I'm not sure.
That's not a vacuum
Could they
pump.
work
Who's
with the
answered
chucks?
it and said yes, you
That's
can.
not a vacuum pump.
No.
This hold fast thing is not a vacuum pump.
No.
It's a vacuum generator. It works on a Venturi effect.
Yeah, so it actually blows
It's not. It doesn't pump
air
anything.
across it.
It does. It blows air
Continually,
across
yeah.
a Venturi and sucks the air out of the headstock. A 1/2 inch. I might not need the 1/2 inch, but we'll sharpen it anyway, just in case.
You will.
I sharpen all my gouges at 45 degrees. Except for the bottom, what is called the bottom feeder, which is done at 60 degrees. Oops. That wasn't very well in there, was it?
Operator error.
Try that again.
Hugh says he's seen both used with effect successfully, both pumps and the one we use.
So there we go. And that's that. Now, I'm just going to take little pull cuts in here. Go to the
Change
overhead.
camera there, Brian.
change.
Yeah.
Yep.
After you change
I'm
the
going to go to the overhead first. And I'm just going to take pull cuts here just to try and get this bit as flat as this bit. So we'll turn that on. And we'll whack the speed up to about 700. Don't want to go much faster than that. Just check on my vacuum, make sure it's still sound. We'll
I'm not sure. I can't remember now. But is it no more than 900 with a vacuum chuck? I can't remember. To be honest.
I'm not sure what the recommended is.
I did read it, but you know, my brain.
Douglas is asking if that diamond belt is better than the last one, Brian.
It's 100% better.
Well, last one was in shreds.
It's actually staying together.
Yeah. There's a fault in that one, Douglas, we think.
There was a fault in some of the original ones were a little bit faulty. They changed manufacturer, and that kind of sorted it out, I think. But something just went cracked then.
Don't tell me you cracked the bowl.
And I've lost a whole lot of pressure on that vacuum.
Yeah, you can see it here. Look. This R side top. Look at the top. Just keep going, keep going. There you go.
Reduces the tailstock pressures a bit too much, I think.
Yeah. Or it might be the vacuum pulling it. Actually, use a smaller vacuum chuck and glue that.
Wow.
Vacuum sucked it out too dry, maybe.
Dead. I'm just going to turn the vacuum off for a second. Pop it out. I heard it crack there, so it did crack.
Yeah.
Just all the way down. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll quickly super glue that. I'll just do it off camera.
Okay.
And I'll change the small chunk, yeah. Is that thin?
I mean, that's a strong vacuum, and then it's popped that 1/2 inch thick.
Yeah. So I'm just going to super glue this a little bit here.
Is that the little crack that you saw earlier on, Brian?
No, it isn't. It's a different. No, it's just there's the original crack there, and it's actually across here. There's a knot there.
There's a knot there, yeah.
And that's got a funny grain pattern around there. That's why that's split. Bang.
It's recoverable. It's recoverable.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cry over it anyway. That's for sure. Problem is I can't get my super glue open.
Is it stuck together?
Ah, it always does that. The lid's never really successful. This one's got a little pin in it and everything. This is the O3 adhesives. And I like these O3s. Yeah. They're actually a very good adhesive.
Robert from Hodgepodge says make sure that the super glue is dry before you put it under the vacuum again, because he's had super glue. He's had CA come through to the finish inside the bowl.
Okay. Well, I'll just leave it there between the lathe bed, and it wants to drip out, can drip out.
Kev says you should have used black super glue.
Should have used what?
Black super glue.
Oh, I could have done that. I've got some black, but it's only thick stuff, so. I could have, but I didn't. I'm going to have a quick drink of tea while I'm off camera.
Mark saying the O3 is brilliant stuff, just saying.
It is good stuff, yeah. Oh, just because you're sponsored, Mr. Beckett. Mr. Beckett sponsored. I did the first review on it, but then Mark got sponsored. How'd that work?
No comment.
No.
Mick Stratton says blame William for that, and it was his word.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. William, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, Brian, what you could do is you could ask for a refund, get a new one.
Get another piece.
Yeah, that was an excuse to come back for more.
Well,
yeah.
I have to return this there. I have to take this all the way back to Williams and return it because it's faulty. Let's just get this in the middle on here, and then sidle it on up to that.
So Jason is asking, how does O3 compare to Starbond?
It's better adhesive, I think, anyway. And I'm just going to accelerate that. So.
And Rob is saying, prior to super glue becoming a thing, how did you fix cracks like that?
Well, you're affixed to crack with a bit of ordinary
PA.
woodworking adhesive, like
with
PVA glue
sawdust
and some shavings
sawdust.
maybe. Bit of
Yeah,
sawdust.
sawdust. That's what I used to.
That's how you would do it.
Before snooker glue came along.
Right, that should be okay.
Ordinary wood glue.
Let's put the vacuum back on, and let's not crank it up to 20. We'll just leave it at about. It says the minimum holding, safe holding, is 12. So I'm going to run that to about 16.
Yeah, it's a big bowl, mind. I would do it a little bit more than that.
Oh, well,
maybe 20.
No,
But it'll go up to 25, 28.
It was at 20 before, Terry. Don't forget, I'm using tailstock support as well.
Yeah, true.
So we should be okay.
Charlie Taylor saying, Brian, is that vacuum chuck any good? It is, Charlie.
It's very good.
It's very good. I got one. And as you can see, it can crack wood.
So if I just take that off, it's sitting there quite happily on its own, look, and it's only at 15. So we'll leave that in and screw it up, not too tight, so we're not bowing the bowl. And we'll see how that holds. Nothing else for it, guys. Nothing else for it. Make sure it was nicely locked down again. Turn the speed down. Switch the lathe back on. Turn the speed back up. And go again. Well, I don't like the noise that's making. Can you hear that noise?
I can hear it.
I can hear it clicking.
That's the chuck moving. Maybe just take it off. Take the tailstock off and just run it slowly. Then gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're bending the bowl.
Yeah, we are.
No, as you're touching the tailstock, the rubbers are vibrating on the chuck because it may not be dead center. By a millimeter or so.
It looks a little bit out from where it was.
Doesn't it?
Put a link in for a 3
slightly
glue. Terry.
Pardon?
Kevin 9K Creations is asking if there's a link because he can't find it.
A link for the 03
glue. Yeah.
Mark, gentlemen, word turner, could you put a link in, please, for the 03 glue?
Why is that making that noise?
I can't do it here because I'm on the way it's set up here. I can't put links in.
No, I can't.
Mark will put it in. Todd says, what about putting your faux face shield on, Brian?
Now, Todd, I'd like you to know that there's a full face shield on my face at the moment.
Okay.
Boo.
That's better.
I'm just not
That's
that brave.
now.
So I'm going to try and cut this way. I need a little bit more speed though.
Rob saying we need a talented songwriter to produce a new song for Joe for Super Glue. Oh, no.
Don't forget, of course, it is only on a little chuck, so nice light cuts.
Robert.
Maybe better to put it on a faceplate or cold jaws if you're worried about it.
I'm not a bit worried about it, Terry.
That's good.
Douglas is asking,
I'm not a bit
would
worried.
a friction plate or cold jaws be better?
I'm not sure if it'd be better or not. Yeah, probably.
No.
Maybe not. But I would just want to do it with a vacuum chuck because I need the practice with a vacuum chuck.
You do.
Okay.
Cold jaws are easy
Have
to use.
confidence. Have confidence.
It's a whole confidence building exercise for me and the chuck. And if you don't try, you'll never know, eh?
Yes, sir.
Todd is saying, I have a Trend Air Pro arriving today. Merry Christmas to me. Very nice.
Christmas, Todd.
Excellent.
Very good. They're a great headset.
So what you,
I have
you
the
should do
I have
really,
the JSP version of the same thing.
yeah, all right.
And
What you
it's a
should
great
do,
headset too.
I think, because it's a test for you and the Chuck, whack it up. 1500. See
What do you say, Terry?
Turn the speed up.
Whack it up.
1500. Just
Yeah, no.
for you and the Chuck in it. It's a test.
And the face shield.
And the face shield, yeah. Nice
I'm
sharp
just taking
tools, nice
really light
slow
cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, be gentle with it.
Don't get a catch. Please don't get a catch.
If I get a catch doing a push cut, happy with that. Just get this knife, try and blend in just around this corner here. And I'm just going to use a shear scrape. And then I'm going to sand it.
You saying I used my vacuum chuck on two 15-inch platters and the pieces were rock solid.
Oh yeah, they're good. They hold well. Just Brian's only just started to use it, so he's a bit wary.
I'm just being a little bit cautious because it's a new tool to me, and that's definitely not flat. Sure, it's not. So we'll have to play with that for a minute. It's getting better. It's a bit like when you first pick up a gouge and stick it into a spinning piece of wood. You're expecting it to explode and stuff. But as you get a bit more confident with the thing, you're quite happy to push the limits a little bit.
Until it jumps off. You got to test it until it jumps off at some point, so you know where it does.
Yeah, well, not with this piece of wood, I'm not, Terry.
No, not with this.
I might try that with a crappy piece of pine or something, but I ain't doing it with this. So that's fine, that feels okay now. Now, I need to get rid of this foot. So just little light cuts again.
You saying it was the first time I had used them, so I had my brave pants on.
Brave pants on.
He had his big girl's pants on that day. So little 1/4 inch cuts, you can see that? No? No, you're on the right camera.
Yeah, all right.
And try not to get a catch there. And you want to leave it a little bit hollow in the middle. Just go lift that tool rest just a fraction. It's all gone very quiet. Nobody's holding their breath out there.
No, we're all asleep. Taking so long.
And Matt says, I think a healthy respect for vacuum chucks, no matter how long you've used them, is a good idea. Robbie's saying, I used to think people with hobbies like skydiving were nuts, and then I started watching wood turning.
What's that?
Mick Stratton said he sold his Trend air shield because he found it too heavy for prolonged use.
Yeah, I did have a Trend. They were very heavy.
Right, so I'm just going to check that with my... what did I just do then? Take that off there and put that there. Let's go check this and see if anywhere near hollow on the bottom. Still need to take a little bit out in the middle. Another bowl gauge. So that's where I want to put. So this is a little 10mm bowl gauge. I'll just run that right into the middle. Rotate it closed. Take the knob out of the middle. Should be good.
Nylon's in. I tell you,
Who cares how long it takes you as long as you get it done right, guys.
Mwah.
That's what it's about. Finishing it. Don't worry about taking your time, mate. No
So a little
problem.
bit tear out just up in here. So I think I might try and take a little push cut with that 10mm bowl gauge. And see, can I do a push cut from where the foot is on out round to the end.
Ben says, I think it's missing something. Maybe a little colour.
Don't you start,
Yeah.
Ben.
No colour.
That's what I
Can't
said,
put
Ben.
colour on
That's
that.
what I said, Ben. But they all said, no, no, can't
No.
colour.
How does that go, Brian?
I said, you can't have that.
Who's whinging?
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
No, you're bouncing a bit. I would use a heavier gauge. 1/2 inch. Nice sharp one. Just float it along.
Bowl is starting to flex now.
Yeah, it is.
Gary says if Brian puts colour on that, I'm
Concentrating, concentrating.
unsubscribing. Laugh out loud.
It's flexing, I think, probably.
I think it is a little bit, Terry.
And we get it
Just
on a
going-
vacuum as well, so it's being pulled in automatically.
I know. So I'm just going to define a little foot there. Just there. Just the tiniest little foot. Just there. And have a look at that. Because I think there are a few little tool marks in there, but I think they'll sand out, no bother at all. Right, we're done. Let's get that sanded.
Dr. Bob is just saying he's, after purchasing 2 of each, that's obviously the grits, he's endeared with Yorkshire Tea Company advertising, telling me that Yorkshire tea is by far the best tea in the world. Is this true? Yes, it is, Bob.
Yeah, a lot of people like Yorkshire tea, don't they?
All I drink is Yorkshire tea. It is amazing.
Well, I'm not so sure. I'm not convinced.
Yep, unbelievable.
I like Tetley.
Just, well, try Yorkshire and you'll find a difference. You can get decaf or ordinary, whichever. They both taste brilliant.
Can you tell the difference?
Yeah, very slightly. Just very slightly. Well, I can tell the difference because the decaf sends me up climbing on the walls, whereas the non-decaf don't. But taste nearly identical. They're both lovely.
It's not nearly going fast enough. I know what's wrong with that.
That's when I drink tea, of course. Dave Odie's got it right. He said I drink red wine, which I do.
Yeah, you drink.
In the evenings.
RPM
Tea in the morning, red wine in the evening.
Good evening.
Yorkshire Gold. Turning Times Creation says Yorkshire Gold. It is too. Black.
That scammer's a tiny turner, she'll tell you.
Black, Bob.
I don't drink tea. Ugh.
Not green tea. Get the black one. You'll love it.
Hey, what? It's absolutely roasting in my workshop.
Charlie Taylor says it's a pity they don't make coffee. Don't drink coffee, Charlie. I don't like coffee.
Oh, I drink that.
Yeah, coffee is good.
It is. A nice smooth coffee.
Turn that speed up a little bit. Now that's too much.
Yeah, it's too much, yeah.
You can't win.
Well, yeah, once you rev the clutch, it means the outside's going quicker than the actual motor of the drill.
So quite a slow speed motor on this. Only goes up to 1100 revs. So the outside that bowl is obviously going faster than 1100 revs.
Well done, Bob. Dr. Bob's just ordered some Yorkshire black tea as well. Good man.
Bob's in an ordering kind of mood tonight.
He is. Benjamin says if Terry visits me, I'm going to give him supermarket branded tea bags. Well, I won't drink it. Simple.
We'll drink
I'll
the
bring
red
my
wine
own.
instead.
I'll bring my own, Ben.
Have a look at that.
I bet you have one in your pocket just in
I
case.
kind of thought there was
I
a
will.
line there, but it's not. It's this little.
It's
this
the knot is
knot
catching
just
your
out.
eye, yeah.
Little knot.
They're not,
It's
yeah.
catching my eye. and I
That's
thought there
probably
a
what
line
was
there.
catching the tool.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But that's kind of got rid of all the little tool marks that was in there.
Looks good.
Quite happy with that. And there's a little bump just there. I think we're not too worried. Just concentrate on that for a second.
Jason Leverin says he likes blackcurrant tea. Why don't you just buy some Ribena and warm it up?
Again, I'm starting to feel little bits where there's softer grain and then harder grain. So that's soft. There's actually starting to feel a little dip in there. So I'm going to quit sanding with that 80 grit and go up through the grits now. Quickly. There isn't very many tool marks or sanding marks in there anyway, so shouldn't take long. The foot was well turned, so 120 grit will do the foot. And the thing I forgot to do was to check that again for flat across the foot. And that's fine. I'll show you that. You can see there's a little hollow.
Yeah, I can see it there now.
So it's sitting on the edge. So that's good. And we'll just quickly go over this with 120.
Ben Jamie says maybe just sand by hand, Brian. Trouble is sanding by hand, band takes along. And if he stays in one place too long, it could introduce lines. It's nice to spin the thing around. It's quicker.
Yeah, you tell me that about putting colour on Terry and texture and stuff, and I can't do it. So I'm just trying to keep light contact with the wheel so that I'm not forcing it into the timber.
Oh, I just learned something new, Brian. Mick Stratton says if you buy anything from Emma Cook, she puts Yorkshire tea bags in with it.
If she does, she usually puts one Yorkshire tea bag in with your order. Yep.
Right.
So if you're desperate for a cup of tea, just order something for 100 quid from Emma, and she'll send you a tea bag.
Oh, we got the dating girls back. Here we go. I'll get them.
I've got it.
Oh, who's that? Oh, my
You got
channel's been abused, is it?
Yeah, being abused. Yeah, we got them.
I'm sure you're all over them like a rash, Terry.
They're gone. They're gone.
Good man.
Instantly gone.
Stephen says, when did they start making 80 grit sandpaper? I've never heard of the stuff, with a smile.
Stephen, who said that?
Wood dude.
Wood dude.
Yeah, you little liar, you.
He's a fibber.
He's an absolute fibber.
I bet he got one piece in each hand. 60 in one hand, 80 in the other.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Right,
He does some beautiful stuff.
He does do some great turning.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does. He's got a good eye, I have to say.
He has.
Very imaginative.
There you
So
go.
David's
Give you an
saying-
idea what it's going to look like.
So you're saying Yorkshire tea is that bad they give it away?
No, Emma's trying to
Would you change the camera for us, Brian?
Sorry, Yeah.
It's
Emma's
okay.
probably got shares in it. So.
Right. Where is my right, Joe? What do you do with sanding
I don't
sealant?
know. I put it down somewhere.
It's okay, I found it.
Jason Leverin wants to know if anybody's ever tried turning a butcher's block.
No.
No, it's all
Not
end
me,
grain.
anyway.
Isn't it? Well, unless you cut it down in one way and turn it the
It
side
wouldn't be
grain.
a very sanitary piece of wood to be using anyway, would it?
It wouldn't really, no.
I think so, no. Maybe a bit of fun trying to turn it though. Well, there's a whole lot of black in
I
this.
worked for butchers when I was a young lad, you know, like Saturday job. We used to have to scrub them with thick, it wasn't wire brushes, it was like wire, but they were like chisels, you know. They're about quarter-inch wide, these wires.
Yeah.
With sharp edges on. You have to scrub this thing for about 2
That's
hours. That's why the butcher's blocks are always like deep, you know, the old ones. Scrubbing until you got everything
this
out.
bit of grain here is really, really soft. It's just soaking that stuff in.
That's all right. Keep potting
Slap it on.
And
Slap it on.
that's the bit that
Slap it
cracked.
on. Slap it on.
So that William fella sold me a duff bit or gave me a duff bit. Didn't
What's
sell
this
me at
about?
all.
What's
It
this
is.
selling
This is
about?
what he sold.
This is
He gave it.
yeah.
He gave it you.
What do you mean selling? He gave me it. Now I know why he gave me it. What are you joking, William?
Zombie Word Turner said. Zed says he hasn't turned one, but he doesn't see why you can. Oh, look out! There'll be a video now with Zed turning a butcher's block, probably with half a pig still on it.
He does turn some weird shapes a bit of wood, doesn't he? Right, I'll have to leave that to soak in a minute now. Oh, is that a big sanding mark? What's going on there? Big tool mark there.
No good. Get rid of that one, Brian.
No, it's absolutely no good if it is a tool mark.
There you go.
I need to let that dry and re-sand that a wee bit.
Yeah.
That definitely is a tool mark.
You can see it there, yeah.
Yeah, just right there.
Yeah.
Show you an overhead. Just right there.
Yep.
So just let that dry off a minute.
Yeah, Robert from Modgepodge says he thought he saw Steve from SK turn some countertop drops from sink cutouts. Yeah, he did, but the countertops are actually long grain.
Yep.
And not end grain, whereas a butcher's block is end blocks, all up fitted.
They're all stood on their end, yeah.
They're all stood on their ends. So turning that would be like doing an end grain bowl, I suppose.
So let me just
Usually
grab
beech or ash or something like that. Beech normally.
Just grab my inertia sander here for a second. I'm just going to redo this top edge here.
Yep, that's the company, Bob Taylor's of Yorkshire tea.
Yeah. What is gold tea? I personally drink black
gold
tea.
tea is black tea still, but it's their gold blend of tea. You know, they do different blends of tea. You'll love the Yorkshire tea anyway, Bob. Don't worry. And if you don't like it, you can send it to me. I'll drink it.
It's still there.
You didn't need to order 13,000 bags of it, though. Just one box.
That's not disappearing at all, that guys. You'd almost think somebody had cut that with a knife.
Is it a tool mark or is it something like a crack or something that's falling out?
Oh, wait a minute. I've maybe got
Soft
it now.
grain.
Yeah, I think I've got it now.
Yeah.
There it was. It's just there. You just see a tiny little bit of it now.
That's it, yeah.
Just give it another couple of seconds on there.
Yeah, Jason, if you're turning it and you're using it end grain turn it like you do a spindle on the inside, from the inside outwards.
I'll do. Just quickly get up to 240 again with that.
Turn, all right.
$120. It's always better to go back and fix it before you finish, because once you start trying to take wax and stuff off, It makes a mess of your sander
yeah.
pads.
Clogs it up.
Have a look at that.
Happy?
Don't see it
that's
now.
looking better. That's looking better.
Happy.
Cameras are too good. You guys can see too much.
We can. That's those Brio cameras you got.
I know. Why did I invest in them? I should have just left the crappy ones on.
See, if you use rubbish cameras on there, they think, "Oh, that's lovely," and, you know, as long as you don't show them the finished article.
See how quickly that's soaking in there.
Yeah. If you let it dry for a minute, then the next one won't soak in so much.
Wow. Anyway, that'll do. That'll do with sanding sealer.
It'll be
Just
good.
give that a
Roger
second or
Kent
two
is
just
in.
to dry off a wee bit.
Good evening, Roger.
Who's
There's
that,
a
Roger
question
Kent?
there. It is.
Hi, Roger.
And there's a question for you, Terry, from Douglas.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't looking. Terry, if you cut the butcher's block so that the grain runs long ways, that would be okay, would it not? Yeah, the butcher's block, if you look at it, look at it from on it
Sideways.
standing up and you look at the sideways, the block is flat on the top. That's the end grain. It's usually about 4 inches deep then. So you won't have much to turn if you turn it that way. You know what I mean? You get a 4-inch block, which is, 12-inch diameter. That would be all the end grain on the top and the bottom. And then you'll be long. But if they do a butcher's block deeper, then yes, you could
Right,
turn
that's
it
that.
side grain. But you can turn it long grain, just drill a hole in the middle and then put your gouge inside and turn back out. That's turning it spindle way. That'll do it. That turns it well. Just
Right,
turn
Joe.
it from the inside outwards.
I'm ready.
Oh no, you're gonna sing again. You've had 2.
Yeah, but I've got some howling in the background.
There's some.
Well, tell William to stop howling.
Some silly person howling in the background, and I can't remember who that was.
It was Terry's dog.
It's after the bloody street. It's after the street where Joe lives.
Glenn's asking, is it European walnut, Brian?
It is European walnut, yeah.
There you go. I couldn't answer that.
Either that or is Glenn howling in the background.
Hands that feel pity can be soft as your face.
Harry Bartlett is
with light brown Yorkshire gritty.
He argued him.
Kind of lost the definition on the. Lost the definition a little bit on the foot.
As long as it's no,
it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
I've got to say that paper towel's rubbish, Brian.
Oh, it's absolute rubbish.
Yeah.
Oh, it just disintegrates.
It does. Yeah, it's not very good, I have to say.
Can you not use the cloth? That safety cloth, or haven't you got any?
I could, but I don't have any currently, Terry.
No.
I need to order some from Emma.
I'll run out as well.
I'll order some from the said Emma and get some tea bags at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To try this Yorkshire tea that you can keep shouting about.
Ben Jammies just said the foundations on his house has just failed. I wonder why.
Oh no.
Joe singing.
Just failed.
The house started to collapse.
You mean there was an earthquake? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, Robert says, I thought I just heard Glyn yell in pain. It must be even worse in person.
It is, Rob.
Especially now that he's got nice new hearing aids.
Glyn's just for it is, hodgepodge.
Yeah, of course.
He
keeps telling me to stop shouting.
Zed says,
Zed's.
No joking, when that singing started, it started to rain here.
It literally started to rain. Yeah.
These are all very bad to my Joe.
Well,
bring Joe in here every time I'm on just to entertain you guys, and that's the respect she gets.
You just do it to punish us. What have we done in a past life? I don't know.
Good grief.
Well,
you sing it next time then.
No, I'm not singing. I've got such a lovely voice I would never want you to sing again, would they, Joe?
Go on, try it once. I'll let you.
No. I used to sing. I used to do pantomimes. Lots of them. When I was younger.
Could pantomimes be called real singing, Terry? Yeah.
It was. I was taught to sing as well. And played in an orchestra.
Is there nothing the man can't do? That's what I ask
No,
myself. Is
nothing.
there nothing he
Nothing.
can't
Well, I
do?
can't have a kid. You know, I can give one, but I can't
Oh,
have one.
no, that's true. Yeah.
Can't give birth. Do anything else. Anything else you
Oh,
like.
dear.
Done it all. I'm old enough to have done most of it.
And the bits I haven't done, I'll have a go anyway. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. The bits I haven't done, I will do. Yeah.
Queen Senior, you're rubbish. It's 15 years we've been together. Flipping heck.
Oh,
For 10
Glenn
years
has the
I've been
same.
asking her to
Glenn
speak
has the
up
same
now.
problem as I have. Then does he?
Yeah.
Don't ask me when my anniversary is. Ask Michelle. That's her job. She's supposed to remember.
Have you ever seen an angel, Mick Stratton?
He's looking at one. I'm on the screen.
Has anybody ever told you, Joe, that you've got a voice of an angel? Mick,
Yes.
you're a tart.
Yes.
Is that Mick Stratton boy again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the fight out between Terry
Need a little
Terry
bit more
Bartlett and
speed
Mick
here.
Stratton.
Hope this doesn't fly off now.
It won't.
No, it'll hold.
No, it won't.
Should hold now. The vacuum generator just gone up to 20. I don't know why it did that.
Are you going to use white microphone?
I am.
Oh,
I Just to punish Terry.
just bright white Yorkshire gritty.
There we go. Look at it.
And just don't be forgetting who coined the new words.
Yeah. Yeah, royalties. 2% royalties to Brian. 2% royalties to Brian. Twisted Pete's in again.
Let's have a word with Doug.
Yeah. It's so wonderful being married to our wives. Time just flies past.
It does, Glenn.
Good
Yeah,
man,
you think
Pete.
it's 10 years, it's actually
Who said
15.
that? Who said that?
Pete.
Glenn.
That's
Pete.
Pete from Twisted.
You're such a. Oh, was it Pete? Was it?
Yeah. I mean, apparently, my wife reminded me the other day that I've been married for 44 years.
Don't know how she's done it. Anyway.
I thought it was 44 minutes.
I feel pity can be soft as your face.
With what?
Bright white.
Yorkshire gritty.
I love the way she announced it. And I can't even say that word, but you know what I mean. Bright white.
Yep.
Well done, Joe. That was lovely.
Okay.
Voice of an angelic choir.
Ooh. Good job, angels are myths.
Mythological creatures.
Yeah, good old Zed. It's like dog years.
Zed.
7 years to everyone, Zed.
I think Joe should sing the national anthem in football games. It would send the opposing team running home.
Oh, that's
Ben's on the ball tonight.
These are all very bad to Joe.
Look at the abuse I get, William. I mean,
oh, shocking.
Shocking, William,
It
isn't it?
is.
We weren't, blimey. How can they say that to you, Joe? Come on.
Well, you've been saying it.
Listen to you, Terry Pray. Turner and Coates spring to mind there.
Yeah, I agree.
You got a lovely voice, Joe. The sound's off.
Yeah, but nobody can hear it because you're howling in the background.
Oh, yeah, they can hear it, all right.
Don't you be upsetting my fan base.
Oh, fan base. Loving it. I'm loving it. Keep arguing amongst yourselves.
I think you should start your YouTube Joe, your YouTube channel, and start just singing the songs over again.
Singing with Joe.
You'll probably have about 3,000 subscribers by the end of the week. Sing along with Joe.
Right, so I've got a little bit of Yorkshire grit in the end grain, or in the little bits that are, but I can't blow them out yet because I haven't got an airline. But I'll remember and blow them out just before or just after I take the chuck off. But I'm going to polish it anyway.
Yeah,
Just to
polish them
see.
up.
Back to the Hampshire Sheen again.
Anthony Green says he is profoundly deaf, and Joe sings great. Well done, Anthony.
That's
There's a
just
lot of
like
that, but
Andy the
funny about there.
wood
Don't know what's going on there.
learner.
So when you get your channel set up, Joe,
Yeah.
singing along with Joe, Zed says, I bet you could play that channel in a barn. Keep the rats out.
Yeah.
Rodents. Right,
Oh,
Zed.
that's just.
I wouldn't have gone that far. I was just thinking about just clearing
You
the whole
would.
farmyard.
Just clearing the farmyard, yeah. Polishing.
Polishing. Is there a song for polishing, Joe?
Nope. Not at the moment. It's Hampshire Sheen you've put on. I'm not sure whether Martin would agree to a song.
But you could make a song up, can you?
No.
Come on, Brian, don't be spinning. You got to use Hampshire Sheen.
Wow. That sounded really like a pantomime song there, right enough.
That's good, wasn't it?
No.
Robert Broadwood says, you're doing all right, Joe. I cannot carry a tune in a bucket.
Okay.
Do you know, I've never heard that saying before.
It was first for me as well.
Do you not sing, William? Do you not sing?
Definitely not.
No.
You can try the Yorkshire Gritty song if you
Yeah,
like.
you can have a go, William. We could all have a laugh. But
Yeah. Maybe after half a barrel of stout, I could give it a go. But
half a barrel.
Get drinking. Look at that.
I'm take this off the chuck because I need the airline.
Yeah.
I need the airline now because I have to blow out that inclusions.
Yes.
Zombie says he's using a 4-inch force and a bit cheating. Not really. It's a hollowing tool.
It is Anthony.
Well, I mean, if your piece of timber is only 4 1/4 diameter and you use a 4-inch force, it might be a bit,
Yeah, but on the excessive side, yeah. So just blew that out and just give him a little rub there.
Still looking great, Brian.
yeah, that looks good. Really good.
Nothing wrong with that, buddy.
And you'll see the little rings in there where the vacuum chuck is. They will
come out
buff
be a
out.
buffing thing, won't they?
Just getting on the buffing wheel and they'll buff out. Which I might just do actually. Doesn't take. Oh, that's on the floor.
Glenn's just called you. Glenn's just give you a name for your singing channel. William, it's Waterford William.
Come for Waterford.
Waterford William sings again.
Oh, it was about William's drinking.
Drop the buffing wheel on the floor. You're a genius, man.
You might need a buffing cone in there, would you? Maybe.
No, I'll be all right. I think. Yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah, my business.
I'll explain in a minute why. I can change it to a cone if I need to.
Zed says he's never disappointed in Walnut. Brilliant, neither will we. It's pretty expensive over here, Zed, to get. If you want to buy it.
Stick a chuck back on there for a second. And this buffing wheel just fits into the jaws. There's a little groove for the jaws.
That's the chestnut one. It is. Oh, it is. I see it right on the wheel.
It is, yeah.
Oh, drops.
What is wrong with my hands this evening? Everything's falling on the floor.
I bought one of those at Arrogate Show, actually, William. Brilliant bit of kit.
Yeah, I have the same. It's really good.
Ruth won one of these.
Yeah, Ruth, my wife won one of those, actually. Kit. But I didn't have a use for it at the time.
Yes.
So guess who got it, William?
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the show, I took this box up. I'm standing in the queue on my little machine because I got this little machine when I can't walk very far. And Terry comes up to me Chestnut, and says, "Are you going to buy that?" I said, "Yeah, I'm waiting to get served." He said, "Well, there's no barcode on that one because there's a brick inside it."
Yeah, that's the one with the brick in it.
Somebody were. He says, in case somebody pinches it. I thought the box was about, a foot square and 6
Yeah,
inches
yeah.
deep. Is somebody going to just pick it up off the shelf and walk out with it? I said, "You couldn't nick this if you tried."
Coming out of there.
You know.
That ain't gonna buff out, Terry.
Is it not?
Nope.
Not pressing hard enough, or actually pressing more Amstel sheen on it and buff
Yeah,
it.
just rub another little bit of wax on. Yeah.
It could well be that it's just
It ain't coming off.
stick your buffing wheel on the what's the name?
One of those.
Yeah, stick your cone in and whack a bit of you can whack a bit of white on it, white stick. That'll get it off, and then put some Amstel sheen back on it. It's very fine if you wanted to. Get the wheel really going.
If I need to put white stick on it, I need to put the other thing in. That's just for Canuba wax, that one.
Oh, don't use your Canuba wax.
This is the white stick one.
This number, what was that? B.
Yeah.
Yeah. The white stick.
Tiny little bit. That'll get your marks out. And then you put some Amstel sheen back on it and whack it in again on the Canuba one.
I've never seen one of them. I've seen the other.
You can't see this, guys, but sure, trust me.
No, that should work. That should work.
I could show you.
Oh, roving cam. Welcome to roving cam. Oh, that's cool. I got to get me a roving cam.
Yeah.
It's just a camera on a tripod and a long lead, that's all.
Is that working?
Tell you in a minute. Yeah, no.
It might be that you've caused a little. It might have been a bit of soft wood there because it was pulling.
There's a little indentation in the wood, I think. Yeah, there is an indentation in the wood.
It's actually moved the wood.
Right, so that would, yeah, that would need to be recut in the bottom.
Crumbs has
Or
done that
sanded
much.
again. Yeah, it has, aye.
There's some vacuum.
See,
I can see it, yeah.
Oh, I just see it there. Yeah, that's it.
We're all going wrong. Just about there somewhere.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Wrong way. There, right there.
Yeah.
There's a little dent in the wood, but if I kind of move that, you'll see that.
Yeah, just saw it then.
It's not too bad. So I could resand that if I wanted to.
It's only a test piece.
It's only a thing. I will resand it. I mean, I won't leave it like that, but just for tonight, we'll just give it a quick buff up.
Flash it up. Yeah.
More speed. Just give it a quick buff and see what it looks like. Just to let you see.
Beautiful.
And it'll only be a matter of just rubbing that gently with a bit of sand. Oh, no, it's still there. Gently with a bit of sandpaper. I just do it by hand. Probably about 400 grit or something. Just to get that finished off again. There we go. And that'll do. Take that out of the way. Change cameras to there.
Douglas Munger wonders if Yorkshire Grit original would remove it.
No, it won't. It's too deep into the wood.
Dent.
It has actually made a little dent into the wood. Yorkshire Grit won't remove it. It will remove like sanding marks from 240 grit upwards, but it won't remove dents, guys. It's good, but it ain't that good.
Or is the boy saying Germany are out of the World Cup?
Germany are out.
Germany are out. Lovely old job.
Oh, did they miss a penalty? Oh no, sorry, that's England that does that.
Good night, Jason. Jason's having to go. Brian, he says, very nice piece.
Right, Jason, thank you.
Right, Jason.
For coming in.
Right. There we go. One little bowl.
Blinking handsome.
It's a handsome piece of wood, I have to say. Turned out quite nice. It's got some lovely figure in it. As I say, I'll just give that a little sand in there tomorrow. Take the marks out. I can actually see them all the way around there now.
Yeah, I can see them as well.
Yeah, that's the chuck,
around here as well, where the big chuck was. That's the problem with vacuum chuck. So, and there's the bottom half.
Nice.
Stunning, absolutely.
Nice. Lovely piece of wood.
Lovely
Thank
piece
you
of
for that,
timber,
William.
that, yeah.
You're very welcome.
Let me bring you
Very
guys
welcome.
back in quickly. Nearly 9 o'clock. That's 2 hours. That's fine. That's just what I like to do. 2 hours.
Perfect timing.
2 hours on a Thursday evening. What more could you want?
Roy, the buffing system is made by Chestnut.
Yep, chestnut.
You get the arbor. You get the small arbor in case you can't have a chuck that catches the arbor. You get a small one.
It
as well.
comes with this.
And it
Roy.
comes with, 3
One
wheels.
of those. That's the big arbor. And that's the small arbor for being held in a drill.
A Jacob's chuck drill.
Or a Jacob's chuck, yep.
And then you get 3 wheels.
3 wheels, the same as that. So this
A, B,
is
and C.
chestnut. Buffing wheels A, B, and C, yep. And the A is for the brown grit,
Brown.
which is triple A. That's the triple A. And then you have the white, which is white diamond.
To the B.
And then you have the Canuba wax.
To the C.
There's the C.
And you can separately buy the buffing pads, the round ones
can.
that you saw
You can.
using
Yeah.
the last one.
Yeah.
Yes, you
And
can.
they, for doing internal things, you can get small, medium, and large.
I have
Depending on
got,
what size
I've got
pieces you
three of
use.
those
the
size,
medium-
which are A, B,
medium
and C.
size.
They're the medium size ones, yeah.
That's a nice
And you
comment.
get tiny ones for doing small stuff, small boxes and things.
You can. It's
You have
about
some
90
good comments
quid.
coming in there, Brian.
It's about
Yeah,
90 or
well,
100 quid nowadays, Terry, is it? Something like that?
Yeah, it's about, if you bought the three things as well, it's about £90 for all of it.
Let me come to that.
You know, but it
roasted.
depends on what you buy, really. Depends on what you do.
Got a bit of a dab on.
It was warm this evening.
He's warming up, isn't he?
Getting behind, when you're behind the mask, it gets you a bit warm.
Overheats you, but
I was a bit overheated. So I'll give you one last look at that on the overhead camera. There's the little bowl, guys.
Lovely. Absolutely.
Well, it's not that little.
No, it's not that little. It's
9
still,
3/4 is quite big.
it's 9 and 5/8.
Yep.
And there's little, see that little, that's where I've been sanding that. There's little, that's that soft end grain there.
softer grain, yeah.
See that? It's kind of just disappeared in a little bit there. So you need to take care of that. I don't know how I'm going to fix
Donna,
that.
Love Angels just
Oh.
joined you, Brian. Hello,
Hi,
Donna.
Donna.
I
Welcome.
don't know.
Just
Hi, Donna.
finishing. Sorry, Donna.
Thanks very much for coming in. Whew. There we go.
Great job, Brian.
Another little
Yes,
bowl
super job.
completed. And enjoyed that. Thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks to William. Thanks to Terry.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
Thanks.
Very welcome.
Anytime.
Thanks to everybody in the chat who came along and stuck with me and watched it to the end. Appreciate you guys. And if you wouldn't mind, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe. And
Do Brian a favour. When the video comes back out in about half an hour, pop in and give him a comment.
Just
That'd
take
be
a little
lovely.
comment. I love to read your comments, and
He likes to answer them all.
I answer them all. So with that, we're going to say good night, and it's good night from Joe.
Good night, everybody.
Good night from William.
Good night, everybody.
Good night from the Terrence.
Good night, everybody. And Donna fell asleep, by the way.
He doesn't like Terrence.
Well,
And it's
born
good night.
Terrence, I was born Terry, so yeah.
I know
Actually,
you
born
are.
Hale, but,
I just call you that just to wind you up now.
I know.
It's great. I love it. So
don't
it's good
care.
night from me. I'm pressing the button.
Bye,
Goodbye,
Ron.
everybody.
Bye-bye.